if you're unsure about spending $200, $300 on open earbuds. So which one of the three is going to be the best value, and which one of these three is the one that I'm going to recommend for you to try out for yourself? Because you have ultra value right here on the Tozos. These are going to be able to get scored for less than 50. You have the SHOKZ, which are going to be around $200, and you have the Bose, which are going to be closer to $300. So regardless if you're getting them on sale or not, which one is going to be worth your money? That's what we want, right? We want to get open buds that are going to be really easy to wear, very comfortable, no weight, no head pressure, no head clamping, no ear clamping, none of that. We also want really good sound quality without a lot of sound leakage. That means I don't want to crank these up and then everyone in a 5-10 foot radius of me can hear what I'm listening to all the time. And finally, we want to know, is it going to have good battery life, and how good is the actual functionality of them? Like, is it easy to use with an app? Is it easy to use on a phone call? How are the controls? That is really the three features that we're looking for on these Opens. So then let's figure out which one is going to be the best for you. So yeah, 2 years ago, the Bose Ultra Opens came out, and what happened with these is that they were so comfortable, I called them probably the most comfortable and best in class open earbuds, period. And that's because the Bose Ultra Opens are using a 12mm driver. And that's bigger than what you get with the Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds, which is coming with a 9.4mm. And it needs that because it needs to try to produce a ton of bass outside of your ear canal, which is not that easy. And Bose is giving you the Bose immersive audio so that it's going to give you a more spacious 3D sound if you choose to. But for me personally, I find that I just like them how they sound out of the box, and there's going to be minimal amounts of sound leakages because of how these are constructed. I think out of all three of the ones that we're looking at right now, the SHOKZ, the Tozos, and the Bose, I would say that the Bose has the least amount of sound leakage. So the Tozo Open Buds are using a 14.2mm dynamic driver, and that's in combination with the Tozo Origin X acoustic technology. That's how they fine-tune the vocals as well as that mid-range sound, so that's going to be your mids and highs, so that it's going to be more crisp. Not going to be best in class, but overall for the price you're paying, I think this is going to be very good because the low end has a lot of punch. The mids and the highs are not going to be as crisp as what you get on other earbuds, but the bass here is going to sound punchy and it's not going to be overwhelming. And that means majority of the music you're listening to, pop music, hip hop, dance, is going to sound good and not thin when you're wearing these. And if you're listening to something that are like podcasts or opera, then the Tozos are going to have a harder time. And that's because the treble is a little bit clashy. I would actually say it's a little bit tinny sometimes if you're listening to just spoken word. But as long as you got the bass playing, as long as you're listening to music, the Tozos are going to perform great, and you can fine tune a lot of how it sounds inside of the Tozo app. Now the material of your Tozos is going to be made out of pretty much plastic, except for on the rings. The rings are going to be made out of a silicone material, just like on your SHOKZ, and you can extend it out. And if you're talking about your SHOKZ Opendots 1, you can place them on either side. It won't really matter because it doesn't matter if it's left or right, they work the same. So on the SHOKZ Opendots 1, they're going to weigh 6.5 grams per bud, and they're going to be in that soft silicone wrapped nickel titanium joint arc. So if you take them out, this is that joint arc right here, and you can see how long the joint arc is, and you can see how far I can extend it. The speaker area on your SHOKZ is going to be considerably larger than what you get with your Bose. The battery area is going to be about the same size. So you can also see on the actual hooked part, the hook part on the Bose is just from the middle to the back of your battery, so it's not that long, and that's in contrast to your SHOKZ, which is going to be very long. And if you look at the size of their speaker holes, you can see that this is where the speaker hole is going to be located on the Bose. It's a lot smaller than the speaker hole you get on your SHOKZ. The SHOKZ is using something called BassSphere technology, and it uses dual 11.8mm drivers in a special module that's going to amplify the bass, and that's going to make it sound like a bigger 16.mm driver. So what you're getting is going to be a tighter, punchier low-end sound, and you're going to get crisper highs because they're not going to be interfering with each other. The SHOKZ is also using something they call their direct pitch technology, which really just means that the speaker is going to try to aim the music directly at your ear instead of having it reflect everywhere and then leak so that everyone can hear what you're listening to. if you're talking about what the audio profile actually sounds like, I would say that it's going to be rich, it's going to be clear, the sound is going to feel immersive. It's not going to be the same as what you get from the Bose. The Bose is going to have better tones. So the cool thing about the SHOKZ, especially if you're exercising, is that when you take them out, you don't have to think about which side is going to be the left or the right. You could just put them on and it'll figure itself out. One thing you will notice is that if you exercise in these SHOKZ over the Bose, they just stay on your ears better and they're a little bit lighter when you're jumping up and down. The overall weight distribution on the SHOKZ, because of its design, is well balanced and they're going to feel like invisible on your ears. And I think this is even more prevalent on the SHOKZ than the Bose. And the bass on the SHOKZ is going to be better than what you expect. I go into my SHOKZ app, and honestly, if you want the biggest volume and the max volume at the highest settings, you want to maximize the EQ, because right now I have basically all maxed, and it's much louder than before. Because if I go back to resetting it, it's like the volume goes down, I would say a good 25%. And that's a lot. There's a big difference between what you see here and what it's capable of if you max the volume all the way. But if you just want to use the bass, just put on the bass mode here on this preset, and the bass is going to be much more thumpy than what you would normally have expected just getting them out of the box. Putting on your SHOKZ Opendots 1, you'll realize how good they sound. So I'm listening to some license-free music here, and if I put the volume up to about 50%, it is still allowing me to hear almost everything. Like if I snap my fingers, I can hear myself snapping. But if I put it at 100%, the volume is not overwhelming. It's not going to be something where I can't hear anything else, because again, even if I'm snapping, I can still hear my fingers snapping. But the amount of sound leakage you get now is a lot less. So it used to be, if you had something like on the SHOKZ OpenRun Pros, this same level of music would be leaking like crazy. The person that is 2 or 3 chairs away from you on the bus would hear your music. The sound leakage on your SHOKZ is going to be on par with what you get from your Bose. It's not going to be better, it's not going to be worse, but just about the same. So this is going to be your SHOKZ app. You have your Dolby Audio that you can turn on and off. You also have your EQ modes. That's going to give you your standard vocal, bass, private, and customized. You have your multi-point pairing, you have your customizable touch controls, you have Find My Earbuds. Honestly, I think this is one of the best overall audio apps in terms of what you can do, because being able to just control the Dolby Audio, which creates a more realistic and engrossing sound experience. So then having that Dolby Audio allows it to have more spatial sound, and that means your music is going to sound better, especially when you're listening to in this open format. So it's really mirroring what Bose is doing with their technology, except SHOKZ is licensing it from Dolby. So this is going to be on the Tozo Open Earrings. The case itself is going to read out your battery levels, including how much battery you have on your left and right side. So this is going to be the Tozo app here. And for the Open Earring, you can see that we have both our earrings shown at 100% volume. You can adjust the EQ how you want it. You can manually adjust it inside of the 10-band EQ here, where you can just turn it all the way up. It's also going to come with touch controls here. You can see that on your left side. If you double click, it's going to play or pause. And the touch controls are a little bit finicky, so it's not something that I'm going to recommend that it's going to always work on point. But if you need to pause or play and you don't need to do something immediately after, touch controls are fine. Talking about overall battery life, your Bose Ultra Opens is going to give you about 7.5 hours of playtime on a single charge, and 4.5 hours of playtime if you have it with the Bose Immersive Audio on. The charging case is going to be giving you about 19.5 hours if you're not using Immersive Audio, or 12 hours if you are, and a 10-minute charge is going to give you 2 hours of playtime. So overall, you're looking at about 17 hours of playback if you're using that Immersive Audio, or if you're listening to your music very loud. So that's something I would say is going to be the biggest knock on the Bose, even though it's not a complaint of mine, is that the actual battery life on the Bose is a lot less than the Tozos, as well as what you get from the SHOKZ. The Tozos, because they are not coming with those immersive audio features, they're not coming with bass sphere, you're actually going to be getting 12 hours per charge. So the case itself is giving you additional 30 hours of playback, so you might average somewhere between 35 and 42 hours of playback if you have the earbuds and the case fully charged. The SHOKZ Opendots 1 are rated for 10 hours of playback, but if you're listening to them at full volume, you'll probably get closer to 7 hours. The charging case is also adding an additional 30 hours, similar to your Tozos. So overall, you're gonna get somewhere between 36 to 40 hours of playback. So overall, the SHOKZ is gonna be the best for battery life. It uses USB-C, and it's gonna be coming with wireless charging standard at no extra cost. So this is gonna be the closest to kind of like an AirPod, in my opinion. The Bose Ultra Opens also come with a customizable button here that actually clicks and you can hear it. And that tactile feedback just makes these a lot easier to use because you won't be able to always see what you're pressing or where it's located. So honestly, all three of these open earbuds, the mic quality is just gonna be okay. It's not gonna be as good as what you're getting on an Apple AirPod, but if I had to pick one winner, I would actually go with the SHOKZ Opendots 1, and that's because of price. Because you're getting something awfully close to the Bose Ultra Opens, and in many ways improved, because you're getting better connectivity, you're getting better practical IP54, you're getting wireless charging, you're getting solid multi-point that disconnects less and has less issues than what you get with Bose, and you're gonna get okay, pretty good sound leakage for $199. You wanna test drive a open earbud, I would recommend just trying out the Tozos first, seeing if you like them, and then moving on to the more expensive, the better quality, like you get with the SHOKZ and what you get with the Bose. Because me, I started from the top, right? I started from the Bose, we got the Tozos, we have other brands, and we also own the SHOKZ. Because what I learned is that if I go to the gym and I forgot my Bose or forgot my SHOKZ and I only have my Tozos, I'm not mad because it sounds pretty close to the real thing. And it sounds pretty close to the more expensive ones. If you wanna go for the best, I would say go with the Bose. If you wanna go for the best value and you're gonna be using them for exercise, I say go with the SHOKZ. If you're only using them for exercise, go with the SHOKZ. It's just having that additional water protection rating is gonna make a world of difference. So with that, pick the one that's right for you. There's no wrong answers here, and I think open earbuds are the future, and I think now the next expectation is I expect these to sound as good as earbuds probably in 1 or 2 years because of AI. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and please hit that like or subscribe button. It really does help support our channel. And I'll catch you next time. This is Dave with the French Glow signing off. Bye, bye, bye.